Welcome to our channel. Today, we explore the chilling case of Jasmine Fiore, a rising star whose promising life ended in tragedy. Let's get started. Jasmine Fiore was a small-town girl in spirit, born Jasmine Lepore on February 18, 1981, in Bonnie Doon, California. Raised by her mother after her parents divorced when she was 8, she spent her childhood riding horses, playing football with the boys, and working part-time bagging groceries. To those who knew her, she wasn't just a swimsuit model, she was sincere, warm, and hardworking, a tomboy at heart, earnest and true. By age 28, Jasmine had traded her small town for glitzy Las Vegas. She walked runways, appeared as a body-painted model at casino parties, and acted in bathing suit and adult entertainment commercials. She even earned her real estate license, and dreamed of opening a gym where she could grow beyond the spotlight. But behind her sunlit smile, and the glamorous world she moved in, lay trouble. A chance meeting would lead her into turbulent waters from which she could not escape. In March of 2009, Jasmine Fiore met a man who seemed to walk straight out of a casting call. Ryan Alexander Jenkins was a 32-year-old Canadian, real estate investor and reality TV contestant, staying in Las Vegas. Tall, confident, and sharply dressed, Jenkins had recently appeared on the VH1 reality dating show called Megan Wants a Millionaire, which advertised wealthy men competing for one woman's affection. The pair met at a casino party. Witnesses described instant chemistry. Within just 2 days, Jasmine and Ryan were married at a Las Vegas chapel. It was a whirlwind romance, fast, flashy, and fueled by illusion. Friends were stunned. Her mother, Lisa Lepore, would later say Jasmine didn't tell anyone about the marriage until after it happened. But reality was never far behind. Almost immediately, cracks began to show. Jasmine was fiercely independent, she didn't like being controlled. Jenkins, by contrast, was described as jealous and possessive. Friends said he often questioned where she was, who she was with, and accused her of lying, even when she was simply working or modeling. The honeymoon phase quickly soured. There were reported arguments. In June 2009, just 3 months after the marriage, Jenkins was charged with domestic violence in Las Vegas. He allegedly struck Jasmine in the arm during a heated fight over access to her phone. She had it locked. He wanted in. Still, Jasmine didn't leave right away. Like many domestic abuse victims, she may have felt trapped, torn between love, loyalty, fear, and hope that things could change. What began as a fairy tale in the desert was rapidly unraveling into something much darker, and more dangerous. By summer 2009, Jasmine Fiore marriage was crumbling. The glamour of Las Vegas had faded, and behind the scenes, a dangerous pattern had formed, one filled with manipulation, mistrust, and surveillance. Friends noticed Jenkins becoming increasingly obsessed with Jasmine's whereabouts. He would follow her, check her phone, and demand to know who she was texting. Some said he even went so far as to check her emails and monitor her social media. Jasmine, once free-spirited and fiercely private, was now living under a microscope. She was growing distant from him. She confided in friends that she was planning to annul the marriage. According to her mother, Jasmine had become fearful of Ryan, unsure what he might do if she walked away completely. In early August, she reconnected with an ex-boyfriend, Robert Hasman. They exchanged messages. She told him she was done with Jenkins, that she was ready to start fresh. But Jenkins discovered these messages. He found out. And according to investigators, that discovery may have been the breaking point. Increasingly unstable and unable to control her, Jenkins' behavior reportedly shifted from desperate to dangerous. The pressure cooker was ready to blow. Then, just days later, they left for a weekend trip together, to a high-end casino resort in San Diego. A final getaway. Or a trap in plain sight. August 13, 2009. Jasmine Fiore and Ryan Jenkins checked into the L'Auberge Del Mar, a luxury hotel on the Southern California coast. From the outside, it looked like a romantic weekend escape. But underneath that elegant exterior, tension was quietly boiling. Security footage captured the couple walking through the hotel lobby that evening. Jasmine was wearing a white dress, smiling faintly. But something seemed off. Body language experts would later say she looked distant, withdrawn. Not the usual Jasmine her friends knew. Later that night, they attended a poker tournament at the Del Mar Hilton. Witnesses said Jasmine appeared uncomfortable. They reportedly argued during the event. At around 2 a.m. the couple left together. That was the last time Jasmine Fiore was seen alive. According to police, sometime during the early morning hours of August 14, Jasmine was murdered. Investigators believe the killing happened either in their hotel room, or shortly after they left the property. The exact timeline remains unclear. But what is clear is the brutality of the crime. Jenkins returned to the hotel alone at around 4:30 a.m. He was calm, composed. Hotel staff noticed he was carrying several bags. Hours later, he checked out, without Jasmine. She was gone. But no one knew it yet. That same day, Ryan called Jasmine's mother to report her missing. He claimed she had gone out to run errands and never came back. But he never mentioned that he had been with her the night before. And he never told police about the argument at the poker event. On the morning of August 15, 2009, a grim discovery was made in Buena Park, California. A man searching through a dumpster behind an apartment complex found a large suitcase, heavy, stained, and sealed shut. What lay inside was shocking. Inside the suitcase was the body of a young woman. She had been harmed in a way that made identification difficult. Her fingers and teeth were missing, which eliminated the usual methods of fingerprinting and dental comparison. But forensic investigators found a crucial clue: the woman had breast implants with serial numbers. Using medical records, they confirmed her identity as Jasmine Fiore, a 28-year-old model and television personality whose disappearance had been reported just days before. The news shocked the public and deeply devastated her family and friends. Jasmine's mother, Lisa Lepore, described her daughter as a bright, loving person who did not deserve such a tragic fate. Police began piecing together Jasmine's final hours, focusing on the last person seen with her, her husband, Ryan Jenkins. Surveillance footage and witness statements placed them together shortly before her disappearance, and Jenkins' story of Jasmine going out alone didn't match what investigators uncovered. The brutal nature of the crime, and the effort to conceal Jasmine's identity, revealed the depths of violence involved. The investigation was just beginning, but it was clear that justice for Jasmine would require uncovering painful truths. This discovery was a turning point. The methodical attempt to destroy Jasmine's identity highlights the extreme nature of the crime. Yet, through forensic science, her identity was restored. It's a powerful reminder that victims are more than just evidence. They are real people whose stories demand to be told. By August 17, 2009, Ryan Jenkins was no longer answering calls. Police had named him a person of interest in the murder of his wife, Jasmine Fiore, but Jenkins had vanished. Investigators quickly moved in. They searched Jenkins' car, a black BMW SUV, and found blood inside, matching Jasmine's. They traced surveillance footage from the L'Auberge Hotel showing Jenkins leaving alone, just hours after the suspected time of the murder. He didn't appear panicked. He didn't appear rushed. He appeared ready. Later, detectives uncovered his movements. After checking out of the hotel, Jenkins drove to Los Angeles, where he reported Jasmine missing. But almost immediately after filing that report, he crossed the United States-Canada border into British Columbia, through a remote route, using his Canadian passport. In Vancouver, Jenkins checked into a luxury hotel. But he didn't stay there long. Days later, he was spotted with a young woman, believed to be a former girlfriend, who allegedly helped him rent a boat and then dropped him off at a motel in Hope, British Columbia. It was a remote place surrounded by forest and mountains. Perfect for hiding. Back in California, Jasmine's murder was now making national headlines. And VH1 was scrambling. On August 23, concerned motel staff found Jenkins deceased in his room. He had taken his own life. Alongside him was a note expressing regret over his ruined reputation, but notably absent was any mention of Jasmine Fiore or an acknowledgement of responsibility for her death. His death ended the manhunt, but it denied Jasmine's family the chance for a trial and formal justice. The unanswered questions and pain remained. Ryan Jenkins escaped legal accountability, but the truth of his actions had been uncovered. Jasmine's story has become a reminder of the dangers of domestic violence and the importance of vigilance, support, and justice for victims everywhere. The shockwaves from Jasmine Fiore murder spread far beyond the courtroom, or what might have been one. The entertainment industry faced tough questions about how a man with a history of violence had slipped through the cracks to appear on reality television. VH1, the network behind Meghan Wants a Millionaire, swiftly cancelled the show. It was a rare but necessary move, acknowledging the dangers of insufficient background checks in a high-profile setting. Producers promised to improve screening processes, but the damage was done. Jasmine's friends and family struggled to heal from a loss so sudden and violent. Her mother, Lisa Lepore, spoke publicly about the need to raise awareness about domestic abuse and violence, hoping to prevent others from suffering the same fate. Her death brought attention to a wider issue, the hidden side of domestic violence, especially in relationships where fame or glamour can mask pain. It sparked conversations about how society, and the entertainment world, must do better to protect vulnerable individuals. While Ryan Jenkins' suicide ended the legal pursuit, the legacy of Jasmine Fiore's life and tragic death continues. Thank you for watching this story of Jasmine Fiore's life and the tragic events that followed. Her story reminds us how fragile life can be, and how important it is to recognize the warning signs that often go unnoticed. As you reflect on what you've heard today, consider this: what steps can we take as a community to better support victims and prevent such tragedies? How do we keep these stories alive in a way that honors those lost? We invite you to share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to help us continue bringing these important stories to light. Your engagement makes a difference.